Okay guys, so in previous videos we talked about setup of Liquibase, then we saw Spring Boot, then we also learned how to execute Liquibase commands. And we are able to execute Liquibase commands through command line, and that's how it looks like when your file or your project executes successfully. And plus we are able to move all the required parameters inside a specific file, that is liquibase.properties file. Okay, so here comes the next part. Once Liquibase executes the SQL query, so in our case we have written create table users and something something. So how we can auto rollback it, or whatever query has been executed by Liquibase, how we can roll back them. So one way is rollback means, guys, if you want to drop or delete the contents which has been executed by someone. So if the query says create table, so the rollback would be drop this table. So that's how we maintain balance in our project. So the property or the tag or the command we can do, it's Liquibase rollback command. But rollback commands also needs one tag. So how we can do that? Let's do that modification. So again we have to get a change set. Then inside there we will say tag database, and you have to give a unique ID. So let's say base tag, and let me give a number 001. Author would be same, accordingly you can give it, or whatever comes in your mind. So it's going to be Cloud Raga, and ID, let's say 2. Okay, so I just added this change set, but the thing is I have added this more, in root file. This will cause me an issue or an error, MD5 checksum, because when we executed the previous query, so it creates this entry in table and it maintains MD5 checksum. So you cannot modify this why we getting error here, double quotes. So it's better if we have to do this. My suggestion is every time create a tag to your queries. So whenever you require, you can roll back it. So first requirement is make sure that you have a tag database tag, so you can easily roll back it. So for now, I'm dropping this thing so we can do this from the scratch. And this is the idle situation, guys. Close all. Okay, going back, we have this change ready. Let's execute the command, that is Liquibase update. We don't need to pass the parameters, they are already present in um, Liquibase properties file, and I can see this time we have two execution happened. One for tag database or tag, one for the tag which is used by rollback, and another one is the creation of SQL query. And if I check database, let's refresh all. So user remains same, just simple entry, and but if I check the log table, I can see two entries. One is for, you can verify these changes here. So one is for SQL command, or the description is here, and next one is tag database. Okay, great. So everything is working fine. Now how to roll back it? So what I will do, if I have to roll back by any reason, and there are multiple reasons which can be required. Maybe I have some big file and certain commands are not executed. So what I want to roll back all the changes which has been done in previous execution. So I can roll back all the changes by using these tags. So I copied this tag, going back to command line, I'll write Liquibase rollback and paste the command and enter. Okay, it is executing and we're getting error. No inverse for. Okay, so it's saying you cannot roll back this thing because you haven't mentioned any rollback command for it. So what you have to do, you have to use a rollback tag in change set. I'll say rollback, and here I'll give a command drop table, and what's my table name? Users, and go on, paste it. Okay, and let's call this CR, ID is 3. Okay, so let's give a sequence 1, 2, 3. So this is the complete file which you have to always give. Always give a tag so you know from where you have to roll back, then give your all the queries. Right now I'm just for demo purpose, I'm keeping only one SQL query. In upcoming classes we will add this and add multiple files. Then finally a rollback entry which says drop table users and message semicolon. Okay, and let's drop these tables again so we can see in a one go. Drop now, close all, fine. Going back to the command Liquibase update. Now we should see three entries. Okay, total change sets are three. Great. And if I check in database, there should be three entry in log table, right? And if you see, its description is empty. Fine. Let's try to roll back it. So we already have the same tag. Let me run the squared command Liquibase rollback and the tag name. Okay. And now it says no inverse to this part. Okay, so what you have to do, we have to do a slight change in our structure. So first change is for our um, rollback feature. So we are giving a tag. So from this tag onwards, whatever changes we have done, we can roll back it. And to actually that functionality we need to, because we have written this code manually, right? We are writing this code manually, the explicit SQL code. So likewise, we have to write its what do you call that, drop command as well. So I'll say rollback, and here we have to give that SQL, and then I'll say drop table users. Okay, so we did the same. We give the SQL to drop the table which we have executed. So it acts like a backup, and this is a standard way. So we got two change sets. Let's drop our previously created tables. Drop three table. Drop now. Okay, refresh. Not gone. Remove again. Okay, gone. So going back to the structure, let's run the update first so we can see two entries in log table. There it is, because we have two change set. Let's just verify quickly. So user and change log should have two changes. One is for tag, one is for SQL. Okay, great. Now let's try to roll back it. So roll back and give the tag name. This base tag 01, it's coming from here. It's a tag name from where Liquibase can roll back it. Okay, entered, and it should work. And yeah, it is saying rolling back change set, and this file and specifically the id2 got called and it rolled back the changes. So if I go back to the users table, even if let's refresh the first of all, because we were supposed to see this user table should be removed. So if I refresh, yes, user is removed. Now let's see what happens to this log table, because we rolled back from the root. So ideally there should be no change inside this file, because there was if we say rollback, that means everything which executed which was executed by as a this Liquibase should be removed. So if I refresh all, see, so the log table got empty. So that's a feature of rollback. So in case if something goes wrong, might be some data is missing, or we executed some command which were not supposed to execute, and so there, and let's suppose there is some data inconsistency. So in these kind of scenarios, we can roll back the changes and we can execute the commands again. So we have a fresh structure. So that's why we roll back the this auto-generated SQL queries. That's the purpose of having the rollback feature. I hope this is clear. Let's meet in next video.